they got me thinking about this today. And have you thought about what you want? Have you thought about what you want those boundaries to be, and what they should be that matches morally with you? And if you have you made it very clear to those around you? Hello, hello. I'm just waking up this morning and I was listening to a Dave Ramsey episode, and it really got me thinking about being in alignment in life. And where are you at with alignment? Do you have set boundaries? Does your surrounding people know what those boundaries are? Do you have a spouse? Do they know what the boundaries are? Do you have a parent? Do they know what the boundaries are? Do you have a child? Do they know what the boundaries are? And so it just really got me thinking about boundaries. And the reason for this was there was a couple on there who had just paid off their mortgage in like 26 months. They paid off $150,000. It was like an amazing feat. And they were talking about when they first met, and that on their second date, they were discussing finances and children and all this stuff. And they're super young. They're like 24. So they talked about all these things on their second date. And they said that it was important to them to come into the relationship knowing how each other, stood. What was each other's expectations, essentially. And so it just got me thinking, because there's so many times in life that we have an expectation, or we have a boundary, we have a thought in our head about how something should be, and it doesn't come together that way, or somebody does something that is outside of that, and I don't know that maybe it does offend you, I don't know, but it sets you off. It kind of makes you step back and be like, but did you let them know? That's my point. Did you let them know what that boundary was? Don't let things put you off guard or make you defensive about things when you haven't established the boundary. When you have a very set, firm boundary, then you can be put off by somebody crossing that boundary. But when you have not set those things up, so for an example, I had some very tense family relations while taking care of my grandparents. And one of the things was that my grandparents knew, but other family members decided to make it their business, was that I shouldn't have an animal if I'm taking care of them when I'm living at their place. And that was very much, for one, none of their business. For two, they're my animal, and no one gets to tell me what to do, what to have in regards to the animals. That's a boundary. And I already had established this boundary because they were trying to control this before I was ever there. And I had told them it was none of their business. And so for them to take it upon themselves again, I had to reaffirm that boundary and say, none of your business. So then it also says for future things, at this point, we are in this sort of transition stage. I mean, I don't know, that's sort of, it is a transition stage, because we're coming from that season of caregiving, from that season into a whole new season. We're in a whole new state. We're in a whole new space in life. And in that, coming up with, what are my boundaries now? I don't have another life to take care of now. I mean, outside of my animals, I just don't have my grandparents. Our entire world just revolved around them, their care. What did they need? What was on their mind? And how can we best serve you? That was our whole life for 8 years, a little more. And so to now prioritize our life, and what do I want? What do I want my sleeping schedule to be? What do I want my day to look like? What do I want my budget to look like? What do I want? And so this adorable little couple, they got me thinking about this today. And have you thought about what you want? Have you thought about what you want those boundaries to be, and what they should be that matches morally with you? And if you have you made it very clear to those around you? And if you have not, that's my challenge today, is I challenge you to go ahead and spend time. This is something that is worth spending time in. And if you feel stuck, or you feel like you don't even know where to begin, there's paid coaching. You can have somebody walk you through life coach stuff. You need that set schedule. That's where a paid coach does come in handy. And I highly recommend you turning to them, because this is your life. This isn't should I eat this or should I not today? This is your life. And yes, in a sense, you can say that decision after decision of should I eat this or should I not, each day builds up and compounds. Yes, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother tangent, if you will. Sit down. Take your time. Go over this. What do you want in life? What do you see your life looking like in 5 years from now? Do you see your life looking the same? And if so, how do you feel about that? If you change nothing, nothing changes. So what do you see your life looking like in 5 years, 10 years? What do you see it looking like in a year from now? You know, that's where that compound effect does come into place. If you choose the bad food versus the healthier food option over and over and over and over, when you get to the end of that year, you're going to have the repercussions of choosing the bad food. If you choose the good food over and over and over and over, at the end of that year, you have the repercussions of that. So everything that's a whole nother tangent, just the consequences. So there's consequences has a bad rep, and consequences are not always a bad thing. There's good consequences and there's bad consequences. If you save money, you have money. If you spend money, you don't have money. Those are the consequences either way. So I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole with you on this today, but I really just want to encourage you to sit down, spend time, ask yourself, where do I want to be in a year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? What are my goals? And then what is an overall life dream? What would you just be so over the moon excited about if you were able to do, and fill in the blank? And then see if those 1 year, 5 year, 10-year goals align you to that overall goal. Does it help you to move towards that? Like, by the time my life is over, I want to hit this goal. Do those things get you there? Are they the baby steps to getting you there? So those are the questions to ask yourself. I hope this inspired you. I hope this encourages you, but also gives you the permission you may be seeking in putting up boundaries. Securing your peace should always be number one in your life. Securing your peace is so vitally important, especially within your home. So whatever it takes to secure that peace within your home, take action in it. Work towards it. Living in peace, there is nothing like it. When you're constantly day in and day out living in strife, it takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mind, your emotions, your physical, well-being, your spiritual well-being. So if nothing else, if you have zero goals in life somehow, which everybody has a goal, you just have to dig for it. If nothing else, set the goal of peace. So with that, thank you so much for joining me today. If this resonated with you and you are encouraged by this, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, and share this with a friend. And we will be talking with you soon. So have a good one. Bye.